I was in construction, moving into real estate. The one thing I learned in construction with clients and subcontractors is that boundary has to be set. And it's okay to disappoint a client as long as you are honest. I learned that as I kept going. And like I would try to I gotta make this client happy, so I gotta tell him it's gonna be done in a week, but it's really not done in 10 days.
10 days.
And I'm trying to squeeze it into 5 days. But you learn, you gotta keep that boundary set.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you'd be able to even do it and be happy.
Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of the Real JEP Podcast. I'm JEP.
And I'm JEP.
And today we're excited because we have Medhi with us.
Yes, sir.
From construction to real estate and in between.
A little bit of everything. Yeah.
Hey, so we're just excited to have him here with us today so we can continue our usual conversation of keeping it real. So, folks, let's get started.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today, Jose?
I'm exhausted. I want to say something different next week that I'm not exhausted. I had a tough night last night, but hey,
oh man,
I got a lot of things going sideways, and my mind's always running. And it runs more when I'm sleeping. So, but hey,
never stops.
Exactly. Spring market.
Yep. How about you, Medhi?
I'm good. Just take it day by day. Obviously, I'm new in real estate, so every day is a learning.
It's a grind.
Every day I learn something new, and it's like, okay, all right, this is what I should be doing.
First question for Medhi. So you shifted from the construction aspect of things into real estate. What's kind of what do you think is the change in mindset? What is it that you kind of oh my God, I didn't think that? Or did you have oh my God, what did I get myself into?
It's a little bit of, there's moments of why can't I just go back to construction, There's those moments. But for the long-term goal, I always tell myself, just stick to it and keep, keep going and keep learning. But essentially, I didn't move from a business that had nothing to do with real estate. Construction is similar.
Okay.
So that transition for me, it's just been, it's been somewhat easy, but at the same time challenging because the clients for construction are not the clients for real estate. You have to learn how to be able to use some of the things you learned in construction and bring them on to be able to get clients to trust you to sell their house or help you buy a house. You have the advantage when you're in construction because you know pretty much.
Who's easier to deal with? Contractors or a client? A regular buyer or a listing? A seller?
I would say in real estate it would probably be a little bit easier to deal with the clients than in construction. Because some construction clients, you're in their house for 18 months.
Yeah.
True.
Or in their house for, and it's just you gotta keep that pace and where in real estate it's more of a 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months starting time. Yeah.
So when it comes to construction though, at least you have a contract that you're gonna get paid.
Yes.
With real estate, everything's up in the air.
Everything's up in the air.
I think both buyers and sellers. I had this, I actually have two stories. One seller, one buyer. So I had this seller, they were getting a divorce. Those are fun to work with. So it's one of those scenarios where I ended up having to separate communication between the two and update everybody. No group text, nothing. But going above and beyond, making sure that everything is teed up. But usually I like to set expectation right off the bat. Because after a while, certain properties, you can tell it's going to take a long time to sell, especially if you're trying to target a certain price. So we had that whole conversation, but every time I had a open house scheduled or something, it was a shit show. So, but long story short, they ended up firing me.
Oh wow.
For no reason. Just because I suggested a price drop. And now they put it back on the market. It's much lower than what I suggested. Just to point out. But, they didn't want to do it at that time. So they were like, okay, thank you. You're not the one for us.
Yeah.
Fine. But you put in all that work, there's still no guarantee.
Yeah.
And vice versa, on the buyer side, I had this very engaged buyer. I was actually working with two of them at the same time. They were related, going above and beyond, finding properties. But oftentimes you meet some buyers that want things their way, even though it's not how things happen. So we went at it, found a nice property. They wanted to submit an offer a certain way, which kind of like wouldn't work. Yeah. So we ended up having a conversation, we submitted, and then afterwards they just ghosted. Both of them.
Oh, wow.
And that was 2 separate transactions, each one of them. So they just ghosted, and it's been, 3 months? Nothing.
Yeah. One of the things I'm learning with dealing with buyers is that some buyers think they have the time to take their time to decide. And by the time they decide, when you got me on Movado and I would contact someone and they want to see a house next Saturday, and we're 7 days away, and I'm like, it's going to be gone by then.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, the good properties, they don't stay.
They don't last.
I mean, but that's when you got to kind of push people and make sure that you bring that up. And hopefully they listen to you.
That's something I started to learn. I'm like, if it's Monday and they want to see it Saturday, I'm like, how about Wednesday, just to be on the safe side.
I felt bad a couple of days ago. Quick story, right? So I someone called me. I want to see a property. It was in Taunton, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll meet you there at 3:30 because I had an appointment somewhere else at 6 that it was going to take me an hour and a half to drive, right? But then half the freaking streets in Taunton were detours.
Yeah.
I spent 35 minutes going around in circles and I couldn't show her the property. Because I couldn't figure it out how to detour to get to that street. I'm telling you, lately the GPS hasn't been working. Look at yesterday. I said I'm in the wrong house. I'm like calling the seller. I'm like, yo, where are you at? And he's like, I'm here. I'm like, no, you're not. I went to the wrong house.
Wow.
3 houses down.
3 houses down.
That actually happened to me. Construction site.
Yeah.
That job that you sent me to do, I pulled up in the wrong driveway.
So I'm not the only one.
No.
But it's crazy.
Oh man, the fun stuff, the things that happen.
But just a little bit more about you, Medhi. So what really got you into wanting to getting your feet wet with construction?
So with construction, it was my original background is restaurants.
Okay.
I started off in a restaurant. I've owned pizza shops.
Nice.
I've had a few pizza shops. And then I met my current partner, and she used to work for a construction company, and her boss was basically not a good boss. So she wanted to go off on her own in just the design aspect. And at that time, I've sold my restaurant. I've gotten away from the restaurant business, and I was looking for my next adventure. But real estate has always been
kind of somewhere in there.
Yeah. So, and then she got me into it, and she took over the design, and I had to kind of learn as I go, and the learning code, learning, the project management, connecting with subcontractors. I basically built it from scratch.
Nice.
I was, my first project I ever did cost $5,000. It was like, trying to squeeze a penny out of $5,000. And then I went, and the last project I ever did was a Cape house, which was over $800,000 just to do an addition.
Okay.
Wow. So you just gotta keep
building and scaling it.
And I'm using that same mindset in real estate. I know it's a slow build. I know it takes time, and I feel like I'll get to where I need to get eventually. But I want to get there the right way.
Exactly.
I don't want to skip any steps to get there.
I mean, the grind sucks. I mean, it's not for everybody.
But grind is everything.
But that's why so many people get out of the business, because they get tired of the grind.
Exactly.
They get tired of being pushed away. Because that happens a lot, what I mean? And then you're chasing people who don't want to be chased. Look at the first listing that we went to. We're still chasing that guy. You know, he wants to sell and buy, but he doesn't want to get pre-approved. You know what I mean? So, exactly. But do you picture yourself dipping your toes on construction
as well?
Going forward?
100%.
Yeah.
The only thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't go back to the client.
Client-facing aspect.
I wouldn't do the client work for someone that wants to redo a kitchen. I'll get back into it for investment or flipping.
Gotcha.
100%, but not into the client.
Okay.
One pet peeve that I've always had with contractors, since I'm surrounded by contractors, is that when something goes above budget, and you're like, you're gonna need A, B, and C. Do you disclose what A, B, and C is gonna cost? Or do you just kinda ballpark it and then kinda hit them with the boom? Because I feel like every contractor hits me with the boom. It doesn't give me and I wanna know right away.
Yeah, it depends.
You know what I mean?
It depends on the experience you have. I've had projects where they went south because I was not afraid, but I was shy to bring up hey, this is a change order and this is going to cost X amount of money. And sometimes I handled it on my own money. And even though I thought I was doing something good, it ended up being I wasn't doing anything. I think the best way in the construction business is if it's a negative thing, it's a negative thing. You just gotta
bite the bullet.
Bite the bullet. If it's something like, if we open up a wall and we find black mold and it's gonna take 3 weeks to get it cleaned out and and get it to where it needs to be and safe, then I just let the client know, hey, it's gonna be 3 weeks, it's gonna cost X amount. You wanna go get a second opinion? Go ahead. I'm here. And then we move forward.
No, honesty goes a long way. I prefer that than to be hit at the end with a surprise huge ass bill that I didn't expect.
Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say, because one thing because I did the same thing when I first started. It's like if something changed, I was too afraid to kind of present, hey, this is kind of what happened. So I ended up learning to build contingencies in my budget. And then if it's within that contingency, then fine, we just keep the same number. It's covered. But if it goes beyond, then this is where I'm like, okay, we're stopping. We're going to walk through. I'm going to show you what changed, and here's the extra. Are you okay with it?
Yeah. If you are, one thing I learned from doing design build, design build is a little bit different than just being a contractor. Design build is all the information up front, and then you start the work. So in the design process, which is a 3 to 6 week, sometimes 8, depending on the size of the project, during that time, you already got the subcontractors, you've already got their numbers, you already know what material is getting picked out. Some material that has a longer lead time have been ordered
ahead of time.
If you have the means to do it that way, you can tell what a project is going to cost and stick to within. Sometimes you might go off 5%. Depending, and that 5% is dependent on change orders. You found something you didn't expect. A client
changed their mind about a
saw the paint, didn't like it, repaint it again. It helps lower that
margin
chance of shit, you thought this was gonna cost $100K, now it costs $150.
No, that's smart. That's smart. I mean, it's always good to be upfront. Same thing when you're working with a buyer or a seller. I mean, tell them the facts, tell them the good, tell them the bad. That way, no one is surprised. Like the listing I have in Taunton. I mean, I knew going in that one of the things that was going to come up was going to be the cemetery.
Quiet neighbors, but a lot of people don't.
But sometimes you live there all your life and you don't think that anybody's going to be bothered.
That's one thing I'll never do.
How I can do.
But hey, we overcame it. But at least be upfront that could be used to bring down the price a little bit.
I agree.
So, but and then the listing I got in Bellingham now, I'm in the situation with one of the sellers, that's going to be a pain in the butt. So it's better to kind of give them a long leash of, if this happens, this could take 6, 7, 8, 9 weeks, and hopefully you can do it in half. But it's better to be upfront, set the expectations.
Hey, I mean, I it has come around to bite me, but I'm a big believer of under promising and over delivering.
Yeah.
That's like I'll set the expectation further along than what I actually need, and just making sure that I hit.
That usually works
above.
That usually works best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the expectations. You set. It makes it easier for you. It makes your job easier because you don't got nothing to hide. You screwed up and you, or you underestimated a price. You can be honest and say, hey.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like Jose was saying before, honesty goes a long way in terms of keeping that trust that you've established with the client, and in all directions. Whether it's construction, sales, different other aspects of life. So
So I got another question for you. So, what was one of the nightmare situations? Story that you can kind of give us a couple seconds of that happened to you with a client.
I have a few. So I took on a project. I won't say names or anything like that, but I took on a project solely out of trying to help and feel bad for someone. Not feel bad for them. I'm not part of their day-to-day life, but I took it based off of a certain thing that was happening in that person's life. I wasn't gonna make any money, but I was trying to be helpful. And it ended up being the worst project I've ever taken in my life because the expectations grew. The client was going directly to my subcontractors and telling them I want this and this and that, and it ruined some of my relationship with the subcontractors. It got really messy. Which after that I really started to filter out my clients on who I would get into construction, who I would do a project for. I would start to pick and choose who I would do work for, because it was like, if I get into a project that I know is gonna cost over a certain amount and you're telling me you wanna do it for half, which is what this instance was, I just right away say, no, I can't do it.
If the cutoff is half of it,
So I'm sorry. Another question, because I'm just like always interested when there's other people. When you hire someone, say like a plumber, and sometimes I have nosy people that would like to ask questions. How do you kind of avoid the client asking the plumber, hey, how much is Medhi paying you?
Well, so that goes back to,
like, you know what I mean? Like, how much is the electrician? You know what I mean? Like,
that goes back to boundaries.
And
where you set the boundaries. Your subcontractor agreement is the most important agreement that you could have. Because sometimes I made the mistake where like I would just tell a plumber like, hey, we're gonna put in a new bathroom. It's a tub, shower, a double sink vanity, and a toilet. And he would tell me it's gonna cost X amount, right? And I came to find out that no, the best way to do it is have a written scope, and a written contract that first and foremost, I hate to say it this way, I don't really care about the plumber. I care about what I had to learn that the hard way. I had to learn it the hard way. It's like I don't care what happens to you. I care what happens to me now. I have to make sure that my company and reputation is on good terms.
Exactly.
Instead of trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. It's just it all goes down to contract and what that description of work is.
No, definitely, because I think boundaries is like that big one. Because I think like I ended up having the conversation, hey, if you agree to change something else that we didn't talk about, it's on you. Whatever costs, whatever extra, that's on you. We can't have that conversation. And that sort of created that atmosphere where if the client goes to them, like, I can't, you need to talk to so and so. So then it comes back to me, and then we can actually keep everything, the expectation.
But also your subcontractor, if they are that subcontractor that is honest and loyal to work with you,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as the client comes talk to them, I've had subcontractors say, hey, I like to my client, hey, you got anything to say, you got to go talk to Medhi.
Correct. That's the right way to do
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to add on the light? Sure, go talk to Medhi.
Yep.
You know? But I also had subcontractors that, oh, you want to add on light? Yeah, I'll do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to cost X amount. And
Yep.
try to get, it all depends of who you're dealing with and what the situation is.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Now that you're doing the real estate and the construction,
Yep.
which one do you lean towards more? Like, do you see yourself fitting in?
I think for me, like if I'm looking at both the construction and real estate, it's more about the service that I'm providing than doing one versus the other.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when I started in sales, like I was around house all the time. Like I saw different things. Like I think last episode we talked about what I did at the beginning. Every weekend, I looked at every single open house that there was. My goal was to hit at least 4 during the weekend.
Yeah.
And my thing when I go in, I have a client, they couldn't make it, I'm looking out for them.
Okay. Because that's one of the questions I have.
Yeah.
Because like to me, I could be wrong. I have no. But like, is it unethical to like go to another agent's open house and start passing out your cards?
No.
Wait.
Wait.
Getting to know, not passing out your cards, but obviously you're going
I
there.
think it creates, because one thing that I realized, it's like there's a lot of agents, but there's a really small number of producing agents.
I see. Yeah.
So getting my face known helped a lot in negotiations.
Correct.
So the fact that I was out there, and because I live in Brockton,
Okay.
and my idea was like I wanted a big part of my sales to be in Brockton.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so that means I need to know what's selling. I need to know who's selling them.
Yeah.
And I need to have an idea of what price they're selling for.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that way, it's like, although I'm checking the MLS, but I can easily look at a house and have a good idea in terms of what condition it needs to be,
Yeah.
what price to target, and who I might encounter on the other side.
On the other side, yeah.
So that helps a lot in that sense.
Yeah.
Then my thing, because I always like to learn and always like to challenge myself, it's like I used to talk to like inspectors and hear what they say. I love tools. I love working with my hands, but I'm like, okay, so they're saying X, Y, and Z, but I want to understand the whole mechanism on how the house is built, how different things are
And the
done.
construction side.
So that's how I lean into construction.
Yeah.
And then I think, so I had a client that same idea of kind of like feeling for them. That's how I got my first construction project.
Yeah.
I helped them buy the house, and then they needed to redo the floors.
Okay.
And at that time, I had bought my house with my mom, and we did the floors. So I'm like, okay, I know how to do that.
No, of course. So why not do it?
So, and then they were like, okay. So I'm like, okay, let's buy it, since you say you can do it, but you don't know who to do it. I'll quote you on it, and you can tell me if you want to work with me.
Yeah.
And then that's how I got my first project. They're like, okay, you did an amazing job on the purchase. We're comfortable giving you just this work. So, and this is where I learned like making sure I follow the timeline, not underestimating certain projects. But yeah, so to me, it's more like a service than one versus the other. I think it goes hand in hand.
Kind of like a all-in service, like a
Yep.
full service. I had that mindset for a good amount of my construction. Like, I'll get into real estate and provide those, but I don't think I'm there anymore. Like, right now I'd rather just do the real estate client interaction, and then if it comes to construction, I'd rather just
sub it out.
Yeah, sub it out.
Yeah.
I think it's the way to go, because otherwise it's nonstop work.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
But I do think if you, like, sometimes a separation is not bad, because you don't want to be everything for that client, because it can come back to haunt you.
Yeah, the liability risk is
the liability
higher.
is huge.
Yeah, because sometimes you get a client like that, like, oh, I only bought this house because you told me you could do this work and make it
Exactly.
look, and then it's kind of like, All right.
So now that you say that, it brings up something that pissed me off last week, right? So I had a client of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I sold him a house 3 years ago, right, in Worcester, and he gave me a 1-star review.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Wow.
3 years later, because he said that his basement flooded, even though when we did the home inspection showed that there were signs of water in that basement.
I see.
So I guess he had issues between the time he bought it and over the last 3 years. Now he's selling the house, and supposedly, it's a long ass story. But to me, when it comes to that, I'm like, that's what you do a home inspection.
Yeah.
They give you the signs of things that house needed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or potential problems on the line. That's what you do an independent home inspection. Why is it my fault?
Yeah, as an agent, it shouldn't be.
You know what I mean? Why is it my fault?
Yeah, but I mean, for us, it's always on us.
Yeah.
But I think, which is kind of like one thing I always tell my clients, that home inspection, if you opt to do one, it's gonna be your guide on how to maintain that house over time. And I know 9 times out of 10, most clients, after a month, they lost that inspection report.
Yeah.
It's buried somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like, I have a similar story, but this one was me. 3 months after I bought my house, the water heater went kaput at 3 a.m, flooded the basement. But I can't say it's because I didn't know. I know my home inspection report said the water heater was at the end of its lifetime.
Yeah.
It was
So you
working,
knew what you were getting into.
but I knew at some point I needed to take care of it.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times people will kind of like overlook that whole aspect. It's like, yeah, it's working, but really take a look at that report and see, does it need some TLC or is it kind of like, because I know a lot of times when we look at the report, we determine what's a must be done right now and what can kind of like wait later, and based on what the client says, we go and negotiate from that point.
Exactly.
But,
It's funny you say it, because I mean, we got the house at a good price because it needed a little bit of work.
Yeah.
Especially in the area that it was in. So for it to come back to haunt me 3 years later, I'm like, what the F is that? You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Yeah, and that was the trade-off. It's like you got the cost lowered because of
and it's funny because throughout my 20 plus years of selling real estate, my biggest hesitation is selling a first-time home buyer a house that they think going the 2 or 3K route is good for them. Because I've had scenarios prior of people getting into the 3OK scenario to get the money to make the rehab that has turned into a shit show.
Yeah.
And it always comes back to the agent who sold them the house. You know, if things go south. And to me, that shit's not cool, man.
Yeah.
You know what I
As a
mean?
contractor, those the 2 or 3 cases, the projects you don't touch.
And that's kind of like when I got into construction, when I started doing bigger projects. That's one thing I learned. When you open the wall, you don't know what you're going to find out, and you don't know what you're going to have to bring up to code. And that's where some of the hidden costs are. Because a lot of times you open up thinking that you're just doing a simple switch or a simple repair, but then how it was built in today's code is very different.
Yeah, very different,
And usually it can be like something as small as, okay, we add a couple thousand and we can kind of like get it to the right step. But sometimes it's basically we have to tear it down and redo it. And that's usually a harder conversation.
A good example of that is knob and tube. Knob and tube is a funny one. It's like sometimes you open a wall and those wires are knob and tube and you just gotta change them.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Well, see, I actually have I have funny stories. As Jose says, I get myself in those situations where, hey, it makes a good story. So I have this client that bought this house a couple years ago, and they end up trying to go solar, only to find out that all the basement was done. The bedroom in the basement was never legalized.
Oh yeah.
So they go out, but it was counted in the appraisal
As a bedroom.
as a bedroom.
Yeah.
Because it had all the requirement when it comes to code.
Yeah.
It had
All
everything.
the
So there was
clause.
nothing to kind of like make you wonder.
Yeah.
So we are now in the process of kind of like legalizing the whole basement. So the inspector agreed of how the bedroom is, so they didn't have to cut and add an egress window.
Okay.
So they're taking the advantage because in the meantime they did some work themselves.
Yeah.
Created another bedroom.
Okay.
So they're like, okay, since we estimated that we would add an egress window, we'll just do it in that other one.
Yeah.
But the thing that they did not expect is that the inspector requested to have another entrance made for the basement.
Oh.
So that's something completely different.
Yeah.
So now when I walk them through and they're like, well, no, we don't want to add the second. And I'm like, that's the only way the inspector is going to approve the basement.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a tear down.
It's a leave it as is.
Yep. So they're like, okay. So it's kind of like things like that. You go in thinking it's something straightforward,
Yeah.
but you end up being a whole different scenario from where you started.
Exactly. And that's one thing you learn in construction is you got to learn how to be able to problem solve.
Yes.
You gotta, because you always got to problem solve. There's
Yeah.
always something that comes up. You got to problem solve it.
Yep.
So I got another question, right? For my contractor buddy there, right? So when and I'm looking at it as a like if you're doing a flip, if you're doing a renovation of a house that you want to sell, how do you analyze that project if you're doing it for yourself when it comes to you calculating profit? And the reason I'm asking, your camera shut up. Okay, good thing we have a backup for a backup, man. Everything shut down, man.
Yeah.
Right? Like yesterday, we went to the listing we put out tomorrow,
Yeah.
right?
The Brockton one.
And the guy said that maybe we should have had this property. We could have bought it like $20,000-$30,000 less. It would have made more sense for
It would
them.
make, yeah.
And me looking at the numbers of how they bought it and what they put into the property, I'm like, based on my calculation, they're still making money.
I think so.
Maybe not the home run that they wanted to, but they're still making money.
Yeah.
You know, especially if we sell it pretty close to what we're listening at, they're gonna make some money. So to me, I'm like, is Z calculating the time that he spent making the repairs? Is he kind of overly calculating that number a lot higher than it should be?
I think
you know
so.
what I'm trying to say?
I agree with you on that because also the time frame. Like,
Yeah.
They've had it since November.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
May.
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months roughly.
And they're just wrapping up the project.
Yeah.
So that plays a role too of like,
Yeah.
what's coming out of pocket for,
Yeah.
Yep.
even if you're just paying the interest, you're
Yeah.
still paying
Yeah.
something.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't see, at that price point, I don't see how they cannot make money.
Yeah.
Because if you backtrack and see how much they bought it for, top of my head, I'm sure they went in all in on that construction, especially if they did it themselves, about $50K.
With
Yeah,
materials and labor?
Well, they said they did the work themselves.
Exactly.
So that means they save up on labor.
Exactly.
Big time.
And that's what I'm like, you know what? Because a lot of my contractor friends that have been doing flips, they always calculate things like so high. And I'm like, there is no way that it's costing you that much, especially you doing it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I think they calculated high and kind of stay in that delusion
Stay in
of that high.
yeah.
You know, kind of
It's like they price it out as if it was for someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just stay there even though they're really there.
Yeah. Which I don't blame them, you know what I mean? Because you have to kind of put what your time is worth too.
Of course, yeah.
But don't say you're not making money because in reality you still are.
You can, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because if you're not making money, why do it?
Exactly. I
Yeah.
mean, you're not gonna do it for the, you want to be
We
nice
can't
to the
do it.
neighborhood.
Can't do it for free.
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes shit happens, but I mean, you want to make money. You're in it to make money.
Yeah.
You know.
Interesting.
But yeah, I'm always calculating everybody's money. You know? But
Oh man. something that we call rapid fire.
Okay.
That we always do we did it for us, but we do it with every guest.
Okay.
So basically, my suggestion for that section is don't overthink it.
Just come right
Just
up. Whatever comes up.
All right. So wait a minute. Where's my questions? Jeez. What's going on?
He's got too many things on his phone.
Yeah.
He's got too many bids going on.
Oh wow. It's funny because I was actually this morning sending a bid for a project. So I'm always doing 20,000.
What kind of projects are you looking for? I still get projects that I turn down.
So it depends on the scope of the project, and right now, depending on the availability of my subs, because that's what I was saying earlier. If the more I feed them, the more I can kind of like stick to keeping them, like really with me,
happy.
Exactly. But it's like otherwise, it's like I know you got to feed yourself. So pick up other projects, and if I have something that comes in and I need you, I'll kind of like bring them along. So technically, really anything.
Okay.
And depending on availability, I'll say whether I can take it on or not. Yeah. All right. So what's something that you? I think that's the wrong question. Of course.
I got the pivot question, but.
No. Hold on.
He needs a new phone.
I need to separate again.
He does have an iPhone.
I have an iPhone.
It's the one that turned off.
Exactly.
All right. So, what's something that surprised you about real estate?
Surprised me about real estate. And full transparency, getting that first client, I thought it was gonna be quicker. You know, that's the only thing that's really surprised me is that I thought it was gonna be quicker. But I understand because like I always say this, like, I'm trying to get into real estate, but I still got kids and mouths to feed, and I still got bills to pay. Exactly. So I'm at the stage where I'm balancing both, and now I'm a little bit more comfortable to be able to spend more hours in real estate and still be able to pay my bills, which is a good thing.
Yep, that's good.
You know, but when I first, before I made a couple of moves, when I first started, it was like
what's going on?
What's going on? I gotta get some transactions done.
And if you're thinking about the early days, what's one mistake that you made early?
The one mistake I made early?
Yeah.
Two. I got introduced to Bitcoin when it was like $1, and I never invested in it.
Never?
Yeah. Never,
You and me both.
Yeah.
Same here.
And I'd say like a mistake. I don't really count mistakes as mistakes. I count them as a learning curve.
Yeah.
But that one I count as a mistake because that would have been a great learning curve. I'd say other than that, nothing really.
Oh, that's cool. And what's something that you're still figuring out?
That's a lot. Being a dad, I think I'm at a point where I'm trying to figure out the work-life balance. Because when I was in construction, I was out of the house 5 a.m., back 7, 8 p.m. When I was in the restaurant business, I was out of the house at 8, 9 a.m., back home, close at 11. By the time clean up, everything's down, count the registers, it's midnight. So now as being a father, I'm trying to have that balance, and that's something that I'm still trying to figure out.
And that's a big challenge.
Because I could go, I'm the kind of guy, like, if I need to work 16 hours, I'll work 16 hours. I don't care. But now I'm like, no, I need to go home so that my kids can see me.
Yeah, and that's really the tough part, because it's like when I get zoned in on something, I'm like on.
It's tough, especially when you got young ones, right? Because how old are your kids?
I got a 9-year-old, a 5, and my youngest is 9 months.
9 months,
similar. I have a 5-year-old and a now 2-year-old.
Yeah.
So
No, I mean, it goes by fast. I mean,
And they're all girls and daddy's girls.
There you go. You got the present, man.
They all want their attention.
Oh yeah.
Time goes by so fast.
But it's been a good, experience.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
And kind of like within the real estate world so far, what's one thing that people think matters but doesn't?
Think matters, but doesn't? In real estate?
I mean, you can do real estate and construction since you have that.
And that's
Either
a
or.
hard one.
Yeah, that's
Because I think everything matters. Because it's a big investment.
Oh yeah.
I think the one thing that people overthink when they're buying a house, especially in Massachusetts, is location. Because a lot of people tend to say, "Oh, I'm only gonna buy in certain areas because they have great school systems," and they end up overpaying for the property.
True.
Where you can go to a place that doesn't have such good school systems and get a property that's worth it, and you can figure out there's private schools. You can get that
There's
difference.
kind of like different
You
options.
can get that difference in the money you're spending on that house that has good school system.
Yeah.
So that's one. Other than that, I don't really see something that you know can be overlooked because it is a big investment.
Yeah.
It's a big investment, and it's like you're gonna be tied to it for a good chunk
A
of
long
time too.
time. Yeah.
So
That mortgage now is not.
it's no joke.
See, but another pet peeve that I have is that sometimes the reputation of a school system, sometimes it's up to that individual the way they interpret these reports, these grades that these schools come out of, because there's a lot of like good schools, especially in Brockton. I'm always remember that, but the reputation that Brockton has is always so negative. But if you look at the numbers and you compare them to the surrounding towns, Brockton is far superior than a lot of these surrounding towns.
But
when it comes to, the quality of education that the kids are getting, and the amount of money that the schools are spending per kid.
Yeah.
Compared to the Holbrook, to the Avons, to the
Yeah,
Randolph, to the Stiltons, I'm like, you can't compare, but you got people overpaying in Stilton and Randolph, in Holbrook just because of the zip code.
Yeah.
But in reality, the school system, you know what I mean, it's not as superior as they may think.
Yeah. I mean, I think the big challenge, I mean, as you know, I just went through this because we've been applying to schools for my daughter, trying to figure out where she can go.
Yeah.
And it's been an interesting process, more so for my wife and I, because we're not originally from the U.S.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the school system back home is different.
Yeah.
And even like your choice for school, it's like back home for us, mostly it was private school.
Yeah.
So learning, and both of us, when we came, we went directly to college. So learning kind of like, okay, which school, which neighborhood, it's like, I feel like the information is not readily available. So I could compare, okay, what does this school offer, or what is the process per se, and what are my options if I don't like what this one offers? That was a big challenge.
Yeah, especially if you're picking. I mean, like, I think it's important that when your child is in school, there's that comfort level and that wanting to go to school.
Yep.
And some schools make it so that the kids love to go to school. Some schools, depending on the resources, on what the money that's getting invested into them,
Yep.
you might not get that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nah, that's tough. But interesting.
It is. I mean, sending your kids to school is always like a good topic to discuss because education is so important.
Yeah.
Especially at a younger age.
Oh yeah.
You know.
So the last rapid fire question. One word that describes your experience so far. And I'll give you the freedom
Just one
when
word?
you wanna just one word.
You can do 2 words, man. That's all.
My experience in this construction and in real estate is I always look at it as like I'm learning. Every day I'm learning something,
Okay.
you know? But at the same time, it's, you could say, like, if I was to say, humbling, because you see what people have to, you know, go through, the money they have to buy the house they want to live in, or, you know, sometimes you see people that are looking at houses that they're buying it because it's the best thing for them to do is to buy a house, but it really doesn't fit what they want, but that's all they can afford. So every day it's kind of like, because you also get people that, I'll tell you a story, and I hope my wife doesn't get in trouble for this. But my wife manages manages
Make
property.
sure you subscribe.
Manages property for this like ultra rich lady, and she was doing work. It's in Boston. She's doing work. She wanted to do chimney work. And the neighbor had a problem with it. And she wanted to buy him out, and it was a $15 million condo. She's like, I'll buy you out so I can do the chimney work I want to do. And like, you know, this process of real estate and construction can humble.
Oh yes.
Because you can see the people that like are able to say, hey, I want to, and then the people that are struggling to even afford rent.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So it's humbling and grateful, because every day you get to live and learn.
And I mean, for me, that's kind of like the part that I love about it. It's kind of like I see different people at different stage. And it's like I've seen people where the whole buying process was like, oh my God, like how are we piecing this? How are we making it happen? Kind of like you were saying, this is not really what we wanted, but we need a house. So let's just get this now. And then a few years later, where like what they bought, where it kind of like pushed them and got them too. And, you know, because I have a client that I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, they bought, and they're thinking about selling so that they can upgrade and get what they actually
Those
wanted.
Are the beautiful stories. Those are the stories.
And it's like when they call me, I'm like, oh my God. It's like, I know you guys kind of like made a lot of compromise, but I really thought it would have taken longer. They're like, nope, we think we're at that point.
and that's awesome to see, you know. But the best part, I think, about real estate, or one of the good parts, is that you can negotiate, or at least with me, I feel just as good helping a $300,000 buyer or a $1.5 million buyer. Like, to me, it feels satisfying, both scenarios. You know?
But in this business, it's the right way to do it, because you have to be able to have that client, because I in real estate and in construction, word of mouth is the best.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's the best advertising you can have.
You get the best referrals and I don't know, the trust that you get from there. Like, funny that you say that. So I have this new client that was referred to me by a client from 3 years ago. And then they called me, they were like, hey, listen, we spoke with so-and-so. They said you're amazing and you can do everything from A to Z. I'm like, okay, that's great. So I'm like, let me explain my process. He was like, no, he said I can close my eyes and work with you. But here's the funny thing. It was great, but here's what's funny. It's like they're buying in the North Shore. So I send, they went and saw the property. So we had 2 scheduled. And then they saw a few other ones, but I had another appointment that I had to go to. So I couldn't make it. So they went and saw it. And they're like, okay, we saw this one that we really love. I looked at it. I'm like, okay, I can kind of like have a good idea based on, they're like, okay, we want to send an offer. I'm like, all right, fine. I draft everything. I send it. I call like 15, 20 minutes later to say, hey, I sent it. Just make sure you review it. Oh, we signed everything already.
Oh, wow. I'm
like, wait, what do you mean? Do you guys have any questions? I'm like, no. I mean, you've been good so far. Like, you lived up to our expectations. So
that's awesome.
What you recommend, we'll go with for you. I'm like, oh my God, that's too much trust. But I love those.
That's what you want to get to, you know what I mean?
That's what that's the goal.
Sales,
but it took a while of going above and beyond to kind of like get to that point. And I don't know. Lately, those are the calls that I've been getting, and I'm loving it.
Well, those are the good ones, because once you get to that and it just starts to repeat itself, you find yourself in a rhythm.
Exactly.
You start to get in that rhythm, and that pipeline just keeps feeding and feeding.
Yeah.
No, definitely. But it's funny because again, dealing with contractors, like the guy, the new listing that's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So the referral came from an investor that I sold the house that he bought, that he flipped in Brockton last year.
Yeah, you told me.
And supposedly, like with this, he has kind of agents in different areas. So he's got one. No, he's got me around here, but he's got another one in Boston. Then he's got another one like in Central Mass.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, my goal is that I'm his go-to guy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? That I'll be able to eventually get his Boston deals and maybe get his Worcester deals. That's kind of my goal.
Yeah.
My kind of over satisfy or overcompensate.
But I mean, do you think having one agent in different area is really the way to go?
I think mentally for some of these investors, they think that if someone just works Boston, that they're getting better service.
Yeah.
That in the way the world is right now with the technology, I mean, not really. Just because you're a Boston agent doesn't really mean you're going to get better buyers or you already have a buyer lined up. No, it doesn't work like that. 9 out of 10 times we co-broke these deals anyway. You know what I mean? So, but the old school mentality is, he's a Boston agent. He's going to help me better.
He's going to get the best deals. But really now it's... Social media makes it so much easier.
Oh yeah.
Not easier, but it makes it so much accessible to be able to...
The connectivity. It's like I can reach out to someone easily through social media that's like miles and miles away.
Exactly.
And, to go back to one thing I said earlier, it's really a small circle.
Yeah.
It is.
So that means if I know whose face is usually in certain areas, like you said, we always co-broke them.
Yeah.
So I can reach out even if I don't have a buyer and say, hey, listen, I have this amazing opportunity. Do you have anyone that's looking within that price point?
Yeah.
And we can fast track the process that way.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But it's also too, I think, the educating your client.
Yeah.
And hopefully that will sink in and they give you that opportunity to kind of branch out more on places that they don't think they may need you. But
All right. So we've made it to the car opening.
Okay.
The what?
The car opening.
Yes.
Oh, the car opening. I saw that.
Our sponsor.
Top sponsor, the Megabucks came out last week. Okay.
So Jose has this new hobby. Card. So we open a pack every episode.
This can get expensive, you know that.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's an investment. Okay.
They are.
It's a hobby, but
it's also an investment.
Yeah.
You can find some really cool ones, pricey ones.
Yeah. But,
so what story goes with the box today? Or are we letting Medhi say an interesting story?
Yeah, I mean, do you have any hobby, by the way? Before I open this book, you got any hobby? You collect anything, or?
I've been getting into collecting old vinyls recently.
Oh,
okay, nice.
That's cool.
So I've been getting into I've been doing
Michael Jackson vinyls, or?
It depends. I haven't gotten any Michael Jacksons yet.
I want to see his movie.
I heard that one's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Other than that, one of the most things I love doing is traveling. Just traveling.
You got any plans for summer vacation, or?
Not this summer, no. This summer I want to focus on just continuing building.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like you go overseas or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Morocco. I was born in Morocco.
You speak French?
No, I moved to the States when I was 6 years old. So I grew up here. I grew up in East Boston.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to high school in Cambridge.
Oh.
I've been in Massachusetts for 31 of my...
So, I got a funny story, right? and I think you know what I'm going to be talking about, right? So, I have a past client of mine that gave me a referral. It's a coworker of his, okay? I'll say his name. He's probably not listening to it anyway, but his name is Mohammed.
Yeah.
Right? So, every single time we try to reach out to Mohammed, he doesn't respond. Right. So out of the blue, about a week or 10 days ago, I get another call randomly from someone looking for a condo in the North Shore. And his name is also Mohammed. So I gave the info to Medhi, and it's the same guy.
I'm calling the guy.
Yeah.
And it has the same system.
Yeah.
And so like, it took me a while to figure out it's the same guy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I was like, how's it going? I'm like, it's the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Small world.
Small world. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
All right, so I got Jason Myers, Brenton Strange, Dexter Lawrence, Brendan Ellen. Nice card, but I don't know if it's worth anything. Pink parallel. I got Eli Arroyo and Joe Alt. Another nice card.
Okay. What do you have, Medhi?
What do you got, Medhi?
I got Justin Fields,
All right.
New York Jets, Brandon Ayuk,
Nice.
Jono Smith.
Nice.
Is he still in Steelers? No, he's not.
He's quite a free agent.
James Pierce Jr.,
Nice.
Jeremy Ruckert, and Isaac Bruce.
Legends
Legends
of the Iron.
card.
Yeah. Nice.
I got Derrick Henry,
Derrick Henry, yeah.
George Kittle.
Nice.
It's an interesting card.
Nice. Yeah.
I got Lawrence Taylor.
Nice.
That's a nice card too.
Yeah.
LT.
Colston Loveland.
Loveland, yeah.
Malachi Starks. Keon Coleman. That one is nice.
Nice. Cool.
We haven't hit the million yet.
No, I haven't hit the card that's gonna retire me yet, but hopefully that's coming. But definitely my hobby is growing, man. It's becoming a side business.
Wow, really?
Oh,
That's cool.
No, for real. In April, I'll share this. I mean, I sold about $6,000 worth of cards.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So far it's been good. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
You know?
Good. That's good.
Yeah. But I got. Can I do the pivot question?
Oh yeah.
So my pivot question. So what's one moment that you can think of in your life that have made a difference in things becoming either for the better or the worse? Career wise, life wise.
Well, I would say the first one is my first daughter being born.
Nice.
That just changed.
Good answer. Man.
Yeah,
it's wife and kids. I'm hoping.
Yeah. I'd say that,
Yeah,
and I'd say the second one, and this is not just to say, but my partner is amazing.
Yeah.
She challenges me every day, teaches me every day, is there for me no matter how bad I fuck up. She's always got my back.
That's good.
That's good.
So that's one thing that I always appreciate in life. It's just family and just the ability to be able to wake up and do things on my own. I'm always going to be grateful for.
Yep.
And then of course coming here, because I got to come to the United States and I got the chance to live, and go after the American dream. And still going after it, but we'll see how
Still chasing.
We'll see.
But it's funny, just to follow up with that, how important a good partner is to your life and also to your business.
Oh, it's everything.
You know what I mean? And people don't realize that. A lot of times, like with me, like before I met Leslie, my relationship went south because the individual that I was with thought that I was working too much.
Yeah.
They like the benefit,
but not planning to see
not the journey.
So I mean, but having Leslie by my side, I mean, I feel like just that comfort level.
Yeah.
That's what
important.
I needed in order for me to.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, but I mean, hey, if everyone is in the same boat and you're rowing, you want to make sure everyone is doing it in the same direction.
Yeah.
Because if someone is doing it in a different direction, it's going to be brutal.
It is. It's hard.
It is. But support is key, and also you have a team at work. You have to have a team at home. You know what I mean? So because if your team at home is fucking up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or giving you headaches and making you.
I go as far as to say your team at home better be better than your team at work.
No,
At home,
I agree.
It's that reset. It's that
And
comfort.
this is where you can kind of like reset, change, tune
Yeah.
everything off,
Yourself.
and kind of like be
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I think, especially in our career, it's like you have to be a different persona.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's thick skin, whether it's kind of like being able to be, wear a psychologist height, or be able to do kind of like a different than yourself to maintain either the relationship or get something done.
Yeah.
That when you get home, you need to kind of like shed all that and just be you.
And also that comfort level, because in this industry, it's not a 9 to 5. You're not getting a paycheck.
No.
You know? It's not like you're working from home getting a paycheck, or so that sometimes the hours, get a showing, someone wants to see.
Yeah.
When I was in construction, similar to you, I had a client that would text me and call me at 10:30 at night, and he didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, okay, I got a life, bro.
Yeah.
But you know, if you have that support and that partner that gives you the ability to be able to handle what you need to handle, then that part becomes easier, because now you're not worried about home.
Yeah.
Home is okay.
Home is okay.
You can stay out working in the late hours, or waking up at 4 a.m. Or you know, I have a thing with my partner, not to get into my person, but it's like
get real.
If I want that personal time, I just let her know, and vice versa. I make sure that she has her time, I have my time. And then the family time. It's just
it's important.
It is important.
It's important.
No, I mean, it's definitely, I think that either makes or breaks not only your relationship at home, but also
your career.
Exactly, your career. I mean, you definitely need to make the money. And that's like one thing, like Leslie and I, she does her mortgage business, but she takes care of home. She takes care of my daughter. She takes care of the practice, the schools and stuff. Sometimes she needs help and she tells me, yo, you need to cover for me. I'm like, cool. You know what I mean? I just can't do it today. You know what I mean? I gotta do this. You know what I mean? But it's like teamwork. Like Saturday when I do open houses and this and that. Like, I mean, she's at home with I mean, she's not at the game. She's with her daughter. But but that's when I kind of found the balance. There's gonna be a day a week that I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure that I'm at my daughter's game. You know what I mean? No matter what, real estate can be put to the side. You know what I mean? I can't today. And sometimes it's tough to say that to a client. But I think eventually they'll respect it. You know, I'm at dinner with the family. I can't talk right now.
And honestly, if they don't,
that's cool.
If they don't respect it, then
it's
someone don't want
might
to
not want to work with
it.
Exactly. So
I think that's one thing that was tough for me to learn. As like, I was always like, okay, I get to choose who I work with, but kind of like understanding when they cross that boundary, I need to let them know, hey, I kind of need this time. If you want me at my best, I need this time right there. And if you're not okay with it, then we can't work together.
Exactly. Honestly.
Still learning to be better at it, but
and 9 out of 10 times that client's gonna respect it. And you're gonna be okay.
That's true.
It's just that sometimes people have that fear of losing that deal, that client, buy or whatever. You know what I mean? But most of the time you're gonna be surprised.
I the way I look at it is a deal is obviously important, but if it's going to change what I am or who I am and how I want to do things, I would take a second look at it. And if it does not a fit, it's not a fit.
Cool.
Good stuff. Good
stuff, man. But no, thanks for coming through.
Hey, one question for you.
Yeah.
I know you're a Celtics fan. How do you feel about the Celtics' early exit?
Oh God! You want me to be honest? You want to be honest?
Yeah.
So this goes out to JB and JT. Okay, I analyzing and talking to my dad. I mean, it's funny. Me and my dad, every single time there's a big game, I always call my dad. You know, I mean, we always discuss the good and the bad. Even with the Red Sox, even with the Patriots. That's something that we've always had. So, like, I was telling my dad that I think, like, looking back, I had a bad feeling after they lost that Game 5 that I went to. You know what I mean? Something didn't feel right. I was hoping I was wrong. I I'm a big Celtics fan. But I just think that they overachieved during the year, and when it came time to the playoffs, the real team came out.
Yeah, I also
You
think.
know, I think that they shouldn't have won so many games. I think that the talent that they had really showed who they really were in the playoffs.
I also think that, and I personally think that Jason Tatum's a great player, but I think inserting him back into the lineup this year was a bad idea. Because they had a flow going. They had they were meshing and playing together. I think if they just said, hey, Jason Tatum's out for the year,
would have been better.
It would have been a better.
See, but I still think against Philly, if you want to be technical, look at the first 5 players of Philadelphia and the first 5 players of the Celtics. Talent-wise, a healthy Embiid, he was the best player on that floor.
Oh yeah,
and and besides JB, a fully healthy JB, I mean, Paul George came out of freaking nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, Maxey, that dude's a superstar waiting to happen if he's not there already.
I think
so. Talent-wise, Philly had more talent than the Celtics. And then the lineup that Joe brought out, I understand why he did it, to try to motivate the team and try to make them be a little bit more hungry and this and that. But Joe Mazzulla got the most out of that team possible. And in the end, it's funny, Al Horford loved the dude, money hungry as a motherfucker, because he did it to the Celtics twice. But if he would have been with the Celtics, I think we could have beat Philly like that.
Oh yeah. We didn't have
nobody to kind of control and beat a little bit.
It's too big.
Yeah. But in the end, to make it to a Game 7, the way it happened, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I like to take it, learning lesson. Next year, hopefully a fully healthy team, more experience.
Yeah.
I think they'll be better because...
couple of trades here and there.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely need a center. You definitely need someone to be able to play down low, because they shoot too many threes. And that annoys my dad, and it annoys me too. But when they're hitting them, everybody loves it.
Oh, yeah.
But that game, they had a couple of good looks.
Yeah.
They just didn't go in. But it didn't go in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but Philly, man, and then Philly got wrecked yesterday. I'm like, what the hell, man? You know what I mean? I'm like, in reality, I prefer Philly to win, beat the Knicks, than the Knicks to win. For whatever reason, you know what I mean?
I'd rather lose to Philly than
the Knicks.
I have that same motto. Like, I'd rather lose to Philly than the Knicks.
Man.
It's like the Red Sox. So I'd rather lose to any team but New York.
And that's another pet peeve that I have.
Sorry.
Right? What, you're a Yankee fan?
Well, I was born in New York, so...
Okay. You know, like, it's funny. I was in, what the hell, Aritza? A store in Dedham with my wife a couple of weeks ago. And they had all fucking Yankee hats there. I'm like, where the fuck is the Red Sox stuff here? You know what I mean? Like a Boston, you're in Boston store. And the sports merchandise is New York. What the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
Man.
But Yankee has an ugly hat anyway, man. I like to be better. You know? But, hey, thanks for coming through.
Thank you so much.
You guys are more often.
So if you're looking to buy a home this year, Medhi's your guy.
Yeah. And if you need some stuff with construction,
we can help out.
You know? Yeah.
We got you.
Yeah, we got you. And
but
if you sell a sports card, call me.
Yes. But hey, as usual, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
And if this resonated with you, make sure you share with us, reach out. Who knows, we might read your story online. So
Yep. Peace out.
Peace out.
Thank you.